Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the True Light Show, perspectives of your own infinity, where all perspectives are valid. I'm a lot better. My voice, my throat. The first three recordings, I had a sore throat because I was, my daughter, she has her rock band. She is the lead singer, and they were performing at this event. So I was yelling a lot. But actually, I it served me a lot to record with my sore throat because I didn't want to do it to begin with. Like I felt, my voice is weird. I should just wait. But the excitement was there. Like I really wanted to do it. So I still went for it. And you know what happened? I fell in love with my voice. Like I really liked the graspy sound of it. And now I'm missing it because now I'm back to normal. She's performing tomorrow again, but I don't know if I really want to go there and and yell like crazy and get a sore throat again. But I really enjoyed recording the videos and listening to myself because I fell in love with my voice. I couldn't tolerate my voice before. When I used to record videos, I never listened to them. I would listen if I had to edit it, right? Edit some parts out. Now I'm not doing any edit. Like whatever mistake, it goes. Like I don't care. And it gave me my love back for myself. And I just find it, wow, how interesting. Like you can use any type of limitation to your advantage. And that's where kind of like the topic weaves in on honesty collapses timelines, which is another thing that we practice inside Reflectorium, is when you're able to be honest with what you're feeling and speak to the feeling, speak to what's arising in the moment instead of hiding behind appearances. Like you shift reality so fast because you're not entertaining the program anymore. Like you're going directly to it. You know how we speak to each other through masks. Oh, how you doing? Like whatever. But we're hiding all of this stuff inside. But when you realize it's not really about how the illusion of the story unfolds, it's about how that story is serving your growth, your soul's expansion. So released I released importance. I released being serious about how things show up, about the appearances. Because when you're protecting appearances, you're kind of saying, I want to be stuck in this story. So when you're protecting the mask and defending the program, you're just gluing yourself to that reality. When in fact, when you're not afraid of your quote unquote reputation being stained, right? When you don't really care about your reputation in that sense, you're not attached to that reality because you're not afraid of judgment. Because any judgment coming from the outside is just touching a wound within yourself. If they project something and you have nothing, no energetic resonance, you don't feel it. You can see people's program playing out, but you are at peace. You are before the appearances of form. You are before the illusion, before the story. You're just being. And that's your home frequency. So when you know your home frequency and that you can go to that place wherever you're at in the illusion of the physical world or the situations you're going through, there's always that place that you can go just through the honesty of what's going on and facing that in the moment instead of shoving it under the rug. The dirt is still there, even if you don't see it. That's what I mean. So in Reflectorium, like all of that gets exposed. Like there's no way that's gonna, that's that's going to be tolerated at all, at least not in my presence, because of my intention with myself of commitment to truth, commitment to alignment, commitment to my home frequency, commitment to the light, and anything that is not of the light, to allow it to be dissolved. And that's one of the things that I think, I feel, I believe people don't like about me, is that just my presence really exposes a lot of things in their energy field. And sometimes I'm not even aware because it's not my focus and I don't care. I really care about me staying in my lane. But I can feel how uncomfortable they are. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're seeing certain aspects that my energy field just brings it up. And when you're not afraid of confronting it and really having a deep conversation about it, we resolve it. Like, we dissolve all of those stories just through honest interaction. And even if you don't come to Reflectorium, you can practice this on your own, just with the people around you, even if they don't share your same opinions or knowledge or teachings, even if they're not vibing in the same energetic structure of where you're at. You can practice because everyone is your mirror, because everyone is you. So just by you being honest with what is in the moment and not letting it pass. Because what happens is, for me, my biggest challenge has been, I can see the program, but when the other person I'm interacting with, they don't see the program, I may slip in believing their story. If I start to believe the story you're telling yourself, even though I saw the program, how do I say this? I know that I'm not hurting the character. I'm not doing it out of anything that's not love. When I see the programs and I say no, even though the person that's acting out the program is completely unconscious, but I'm aware of it, I know it is a service to their highest good for me to stay in the awareness of what I know and not to fit in the program. It's really going to help them unhook and become aware of the program if I do that. But when I slip and I believe their story and I start to like allow myself to get sucked in their vortex, yes, momentarily it may feel like, oh, you're helping me because you understand where I'm at. Actually, I'm just feeding the program out of my own fear of confronting you, of saying no to you, of saying, no, this is my alignment and that's not within my alignment, so I'm not going to do it. That has been my biggest challenge up until now, is saying no, because the programs take form of the people around you. They're going to play out through your most closed ones, through your partner, through your kids, through your coworker, your boss, your business partner, your friend, your neighbor. You know, the people that you don't even believe, they come, they test you to see, because that's their role, that's the polarity. Are you really choosing who you say you are? Are you really choosing to stay in your home frequency? Right? Just like The Matrix, the fourth movie. That was a big one for me when I saw Trinity. She was tempted when her husband came with the kids. She immediately felt, oh, my kids, they need me. I have to stay in the illusion, right? And that was part of the program as well. And by this, I'm not saying you're going to dismiss your role as a mother, but you see through the illusion of it, the guilt, that program of guilt that hooks you to your kids, and then you call it love, or to your husband or your wife or your mom and your dad, and then you call it love. That's the program. And that's where you want to hook, so the relationship becomes better, even better, because you're not relating from that energetic toxicity of unconscious feeding from each other and perpetuating the same cycles of pain and struggle and suffering, you're actually breaking up that contract and meeting yourself again. So you build a new relationship from the truth of who you are. There's nothing more liberating than being honest. And society wise, we've been conditioned to keep up with the masks just to keep the peace. But is it really? Is it really peace when it has to be maintained? It's not. Like, peace is. If you have to maintain it, it's not peace. it's denial. It's suppression. It's the dirt under the rug that's become so big that now it's showing. And now you gotta take care of it. So honesty is the fastest way I've seen to heal. But people don't know what honesty is. Honesty is alignment with your true self. Is being so surrendered to the guidance of your higher self. Is honoring that relationship first. So when you're coming from that place, that's true honesty. So I see it all the time from the people that I've helped. They think they're being honest and they're not. You have to understand the programs are very, very deceitful. They don't want you to find them. So if we are talking about allowing the truth of who you are, your true self, the first thing you have to do is acknowledge and be humble enough to know that you are full of shit. You're carrying all these ideas and stories and you have no idea of. But if you deny that you have them, there's no way we can find them or you can become aware of them. And that's how I help people. For me, it's easy because I can feel it in my body. I feel the distortions. I feel the out of alignments in people's energy because I'm tuning into their energy, because that's the work that I do. I'm clairsentient and I'm claircognizant. And whatever needs to come through, it comes through and I deliver. So it's a co-created space. I'm co-creating with the higher aspect of you. So honesty is crucial, transparency and openness to know that there are parts of you that are in darkness still, and they will always be. At least in this dimension, in this reality, because this is the polarity that we chose to play by. So every person that you meet, it's an opportunity for you to discover more of yourself. And by that, I don't mean you have to develop a relationship in physical reality or things have to go this way or we have to become friends. Nothing. You can observe from afar and just have the mirror speak to you. What is the gem that this mirror holds? And I help you do that in Reflectorium. Like, if you really want to live a life of true peace, like I am, trigger less. Not that I don't get triggered, but I recognize the trigger as an opportunity to find the gem. You see? So I don't react anymore. It's more of a, oops, there's an out of alignment program in the space. We have a shared program. Let's look for it. Let's find that solution. What is this? What is this telling me? What is it being asked from me for me to see, for me to expand through, for me to understand, or for me to deliver and be a guidance and support? You see, it's always both ways. So mirrors hold gem if you are willing to see and open up and understand that everyone in your reality, you are creating it with your own energy, period. For whatever reason. Maybe the reason is not clear in the moment. That's the thing. It's not going to be obvious. It's a game. Hide and seek. So it's not going to be obvious. And that's where you need a bigger mirror to help you find the blind spots. And that's what I'm good at. I'm so good at it. Like it's my passion. It's my excitement. When I help people become aware of their pattern, they're like, it's an ecstasy of joy to see them discover the truth of who they are and to let go of what they're not. When they, for so many years, thought they were that and kept them playing small and feeling or living in fear and living in this, you know, whatever reality that they don't want anymore for themselves. It's an ecstasy that I feel when you get to recognize your true light. But yes, there are layers of it. And that's why you can take it at your own pace. You come, we meet, we work with what is available in the moment, energetically. And it's my passion. I love it. I love discovering what each mirror holds. Even the darkest mirrors, the most quote unquote evil mirrors, when you discover their light beyond the noise, beyond the appearances of what they're playing out because of the pain and the disconnection from source, right? So in the 3D world, yes, they're playing this awful roles, but when you truly see the light in the dark aspects, oh my God, that's such a beautiful thing. I think that was the best gift I was ever given, was to actually see the light in the most darkest of beings. When beings are playing out really, really dark stuff and you can see through the illusion of it and understand they've lost consciousness of who they are. They're not remembering who they truly are. But you don't get delusioned. You don't get sidetracked by the appearances. You truly see their light. That's true love. That's real love. And the only love is the recognition of the light in another, the recognition of their godliness. Now, in the 3D physical world, you may realize, I'm not going to play the way you're playing because it's not on my interests. It does not fall within my own alignment, right? So that's where you create a boundary just by staying in your own home frequency and in your own truth. So you're being honest with yourself. That's not how I play. But I have no judgment. I have nothing against you as the true being that you are, as the light that you are, right? So you work through whatever judgment this political figures or whatever's going on outside in the mainstream media world that they're reflecting back to you. Those emotions are there to be transmuted back into neutrality. Unless you do that, they're always going to be bothering you. You won't be unfuckwithable. You're going to be at the mercy of whatever external situation is happening. That's completely powerless. You are being powerless when you are being influenced, affected by your external situation. You are in your full power when you see through the illusion and nothing can truly affect you. You see both sides. You see the light and the dark, and both are okay. And that is one of the transmissions I was getting, that I wrote it down and I didn't know if I wanted to talk about it. I think I'll make a whole new video about understanding how to be okay with everything, the light and the dark. Yeah. So that's how you collapse timelines. Because the moment you're being honest, you're dissolving the program, the shared program from the space, from whomever is reflecting it back. It's all yours. So you take accountability. So once that's dissolved, the energy that was creating the reality of whatever phase you were in, it's no longer there. You shift. You shift to a world where people changed and you're like, when does this happen? No, they didn't change. You shifted to a parallel reality, to a version of them where they already made the shift, right? They've already done the inner work. That's the power that we have. And I've experienced this. And oh my God, like I have so many examples that I'll get to them eventually when I feel it. I just finished recording the $1 million diary first audio. And I was just being honest about the first blocks that was arising. Very, very honestly, while I was speaking, while I was being honest and transparent and opening up, I was already alchemizing the blocks just because I decided to talk about them openly without the fear of being judged, so I was putting myself in a temporarily vulnerable position to dissolve the block and then to realize I was never vulnerable. It was the program letting me think that I am XYZ when I'm not, right? So if you want to check out my $1 million diary, it's on my website, or send me a message. I don't know if my website is going to be completely finished by the time this recording comes out, but you can, find your way to me somewhere, somehow. So I think that's all for now. I'll see you at the next one. Have a good one, and I love you.